So last week I had a man on our show. His name is Michael Lane. He's in the PBR, or he's a professional bull rider. So they're going to be in Halifax on June 1st. Professional bull riding will be taking place at the Scotiabank Centre. But not everyone was totally happy with him being on, or the fact that the PBR is a thing. We have a weekend editor here. And what happens just a little behind the scenes, guests on the show, on the talk show, and we take what people say here and we turn them into news stories. That's just the way it works. Sometimes for our news wheel on the radio, or sometimes for Halifax Today. So our weekend editor wrote up a story about what was happening with the professional bull riding coming to town, and just a little feature about the guy we had on, and it got a good bit of attention and also some blowback when it comes to animal rights. So my next guest was one of the people who took issue with professional bull riding. So my next guest, his name is Ty Savoy. Ty, how are you doing today?
I'm not bad, Matt. Yourself?
Not too bad. So just tell us a little bit about yourself. Like, who are you? What made you decide that you're going to kind of step up and represent the animals here? Like, are you with an organization, just a concerned citizen? Just to give a little context here.
Yeah, we're kind of a coalition of a whole lot of animal rights people and animal welfare people are involved in this. I'm an animal rights activist myself.
Okay.
Yeah, we had a good demo last year. Bull riding isn't a traditional thing that happens in the Maritimes. The SPCA, the Nova Scotia SPCA, actually has a position statement that says that they don't support against bull riding and rodeo events here. And yeah, a lot of people stand up, like cat rescue people were appreciative of last year their demo, and again this year we have with Bay Day Halifax. And Hugh Chisholm, the veterinarian, local veterinarian also. So yeah, people are starting to stand up. It's just not nice to animals to force them out in a ring, put a flank strap around their abdomen, and back for fun.
Having a little bit of trouble hearing you, Ty. I don't know if you can maybe walk around.
Sorry.
No problem.
Yeah.
But let's just cut right to it, I guess. What is your issue? What are your issues with bull riding?
It's cruel to animals, plain and simple. It's something. They're making a lot of money from it. TSN just signed a deal with PBR Canada. It's a big televised event, and that's what it's about. It's about money. People, there's some video about 10 years ago, the last bull riding event prior to last year when it started again here at the Scotiabank Centre. There was an event at Exhibition Place. There's a YouTube video. Some activists took some video. It's not real clear, but if you look, you can see these men are doing things to the animals, like they're twisting their tails. They're using small shock devices. These are fairly tame animals. They travel around. They're handled by people all the time, these bulls. Mm-hmm. In order to get them to buck, they're not wild. I mean, the impression is these are wild. They're not wild. You can get them to buck. You don't want a bull going out of the chute, that doesn't buck. You have to. So there's ways of doing that. They tighten that flank strap up. Whether or not they're using these shock devices that are seen in this video, you can find it on YouTube from Exhibition Place about 10 years ago. It looks like they're using these small shock devices that they hide behind the fences and they put in their back pockets. Whether they're using those or not now, they're definitely using these flanking straps, flank straps, that is, and the spurs. So we want them out of here, and there's ways to get them out that we don't necessarily have to ban them completely. You can, like the city of Vancouver in 2006, just outlawed spurs, flanking straps, and whips, and that got rid of these rodeo events there. So that's something we can do here pretty easily. So we're advocating for that. Anyone in Halifax Council who's listening right now, up in Moncton, we're doing the same thing. One friend of mine named Lise Doucette just presented before Moncton City Council last week, and she's got them studying the issue. So we're really optimistic there. There's a protest next Saturday there at the Avenir Centre in Moncton, and our protest is next Saturday, June 1st, at Scotiabank Centre.
So how do you know that the animals are being mistreated today, or is that even the issue? Or is it just animals shouldn't be entertainment, or is it both?
Yeah, it's both. They're mistreated. I mean, just look at it from their point of view. If you could ask them, would they want to participate in this? That's the thing. They call this a sport. The sport is something between two consenting participants, right? These animals are forced to do this. That's why it's wrong.
So, I mean, you mentioned the different ways that they get the bulls to buck. Now, the video you're referring to was 10 years ago. I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I know what's going on. But I mean, so you're telling me this one thing. Is there a chance in the last 10 years things have changed? Because what Michael Lane told us was he said that they're treated better than the riders. They have these massage guns and the bulls going to therapy pools. You know, is there any chance that this sport has advanced and is kind of doing things the way they should in 2019 as far as animal treatment?
It's hard to say. They're saying all the right things, right? But the two things that they are using are flank straps and spurs. They use those every time. I mean, flank straps, certainly. You look at pictures and video how tight they're around the bull's abdomen, just in front of their hindquarters. And it's debatable whether they're on their genitals or not, but if you look at a picture of the anatomy of a bull, you can see that their genitals are further ahead than most people think. Very close, if not on there. So if it's not under, that's they like to have that it's not there, but whether or not it is, it's tight around their abdomen. It makes it very painful. You get an animal like that, force them into a crowd with loud noises. It's not right. Like you wouldn't, if someone did that to your dog or cat, you would have something to say about it.
So is there any way to do this sport in a humane way or no?
No, that's the thing. You know, it would be nice if you could say that and let them have it and let them make their money, right? This is what people want to see. That's why it has to go. There's no way to do it. It's similar to circuses. Animal circuses are no longer in the Maritimes. You don't see them coming here. It's the same idea. There's take exotic animals and train them to do these things. You know, when people took an objective look at it, this isn't entertaining, right?
And the last time the PBR was here, you protested. It's going to be here again on June 1st. Are you going to be protesting again?
Yeah, we're going to be there. We had 50 people out last year. We hope to have just as many, if not more.
And what sort of response do you get from passersby?
Actually, we were on the other side of the street last year. I hope to talk to people more this year. A couple of people from the event came by, and I think they're used to us. But generally, people accept it. Like you see polls, kind of thing.
Now, Michael said that I asked him about specifically the protesters in Halifax last year, and he just kind of said that's not something they see that much of. Do you think that's true? Like, do you think do you suppose they're seeing this kind of opposition everywhere they go?
Yeah, it's hard to say. There's, not sure how much of it's going on across the country. We could be leading the way right here, which would be nice.
And let's see, like
at Vancouver, right? People spoke up there like 10 years ago.
Right.
It's kind of the bellwether for us.
We've only got about 10 seconds left. Just quickly, 10 years from now, PBR, what do you think it'll look like?
Whew. They're making a lot of money, right? It's that's the overriding thing. It brings people in, puts butts in the seats. I hope it's gone from Halifax, that's for sure. Okay.
That's Ty Savoy. He is an animal rights activist. We're just out of time. Ty, thank you for sharing your perspective on this story today. I appreciate it.
Cool. Appreciate your interest.
No problem. Take care. We got to take a break. We're going to come back